Hi guys, in this video tutorial we will talk about text view, which is our UA component within our Android application development using the Android Studio IDE. First, there are a lot of uses of text view. I will show you some kind of examples within that IDE, how you can display that text view, how you can set text to that particular UI component named text view, and how to get a text from that text view to display something or display any notification within your Android application. So before starting some background information about text view, I need to create a new Android Studio project. So I just name it text view tutorial. Okay, hit next. So I will set the phone and tablet. As I told you how to create new project within Android Studio. So it will took some time to it will take some time to initialize module and Gradle dependencies. So until that, I'll just give you some kind of information, some kind of a background information that how we will deal with the text view. The first thing is the most important thing or class is view class, that is basically used to draw your UI components within your XML, or as you can also say that within your Android application. The view is some kind of widget class that occupies some rectangular area to draw your UI components within your Android application, or using or within the XML code. So yeah, it's a kind of confusing thing. So just make some idea in your mind that view is it will display something or draw something within your Android application. The second thing is, what is text view? So text view is some kind of you can consider it as just a kind of text. Okay, so if you want to display something, you can set text to that a particular UI component text view. You can extract data from the database, or extract a text from the database and set it to that particular text view. I'll tell you how we can do that. So first I will define as a text view. So the text view displays a simple text to the user for some kind of information, some kind of notification, some kind of error, and there are a lot of uses of that of that text view. So this is our our focused topic about in our current video tutorial. So I have created just created that Android text view tutorial, Android Studio project. So it will take some time to build Gradle files and so on. So until that, I'll just pause it because I don't want to be long enough, so that you will be bored for that video. All right. As you can see, it's displaying activity underscore main dot xml, which is our layout, and the second is the main activity dot java. So we will use two UI components, a button and a text view. As you can see, by default it is displaying a text view with the name hello world. I just deleted that because I don't want you to be some kind of manual developer. So I need you to develop something, or I need you to code manually by yourself. So it's a blank active layout, and it's some kind of a blank main activity or Java class. It's just calling that or setting that layout within your Android application, or APK, which is Android application package. So let's just get started. First, I will use some kind of layout, some kind of UI components, which is a button and a text view, because the text views are focus topics. So there are two options. First, you can either drag and drop from these UI widgets, UI widgets. You can drag and drop within your XML layout. So and also you can use an XML code. So I just use XML code because I loved code according to me, not according to simple drag and drop. So button. First, I need to place a button within my XML layout. So as you can see, it's showing the my width. I need width and height. So I need you to understand these two parameters, which is more important. So after that, you must assign some ID to your UI component, which is right now is a button. So ID, and just click name it, and then I will display a text on on button, which is Android text is just like you can see. Set the text, set the text. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just using the UI component, and it's displaying on the UI on the graphical user interface view. So the next is I need to place some kind of text view, sorry, text view, setting the width to wrap content, height to wrap content. You can also set by default. Sometimes you don't need to add some kind of text within that set text parameter, because you don't want to display some anything or any text within your Android application. This this most of the time people use this kind of aspect, or this kind of perform this kind of step when they want to display some kind of errors. When you just let's take an example. When you're using a sign in form within any Android application, then you will enter the email and your password, but something went wrong, and there will be a text view at the bottom of that sign in activity that will display your errors. So that's for that purpose you can use text view. So for that purpose, if you want to use that that kind of text view, so you need to leave it at blank. Okay, so the next thing is Android text. You can also set text size. You can set style of the text. You can set your font style and so on. A lot of things are there, but we will cover some important which we need right now. So oops, I need to add some text to display you guys that how this text view display. So I just name it Android codec. Okay, as you can see, it's on behind the buttons because of I just use that sorry, I'll just skip that because I need to move that text view from that to some kind of at the bottom of the button. So the last thing I forgot, I need to use that ID because I'll use that ID within my activity class to set the text, to get the text, and a lot of processes you can perform using this ID because it's a more important part of any UI component. So I just name it txt. Now the main hack is going to be here. Okay, so first what the first step is, you need to declare variables for button, and in short your UI component variables you can declare here at the start. So I just name it click btn, and the second is a text view, which is user txt. Okay, so I love to use that. So because I love because before using that loving word, I need to import that button, the import library. So I just click on that button, and press alt enter, and it will display sometime it will display this suggestion window, and sometime it will not display that suggestion window. So it will automatically import your class. So here we need to import class, and after that we will use modular programming style. So I will every functionality will be within the within the methods or within the functions. So I just declare a public method, public void initialize. Okay, at the same time, after declaring that method, I need to call that initialize method within my on create method, because after setting content view it will draw your UI component. So I will link that XML UI component within my activity class. So click btn is equal to button find view by id. It's a default syntax, so you have to memorize it because it's more important. Then after that, text view user txt. So as you can see, I'm writing under these round brackets. First I wrote button, and the second now I'm writing text view. So keep in mind that variation. So mostly beginners kind of confusing that. So what's the basic logic behind that? So whatever UI component you want to use, the important thing is you need to place that UI component tag within that round brackets. Don't forget that point, because it's more important. And when you if you skip this thing, I have just shown you an example. If I will not place the text view where linking with the text view within the XML, I will place button within that, and will it will not show you some kind of error right now, or not showing you error within your activity class. But when you will deploy your application with your Android device or emulator, it will crash, because you're not linking the correct UI components with the authentic UI components. As you can see, it's a text view class, but you are linking with the button class. So so you need to be careful about that. So let's just link that. I just name it txt. So as you can see, as I told you that I love to I love to program like modules. So after that I will apply click event on that button. So click btn dot set on click listener, and passing the pointer this. Here I implement interface view dot on click listener. I will import the method of on click. So when it will click that, so it will perform that method, as you can see. So after that I will apply switch case statement within that on click method. So view is our UI component passed by that click event. Get id, it will get the id and pass to this switch statement. So case.or.id dot click. So it's our ID within that case. As you might learn about, or you might seen some kind of cases with 0 1 2 3, but right now this isn't the case, that you need to put that ID or that link within that case, because it will tell your or it will give that id, that switch statement or that view class. And as I told you in the start of the the video, that view class will help you to draw something. So the second the thing is that view also, you can use also view class to get the id of that particular UI component. So as you can see, when I will get the id, it will match with that case, and it will perform that functionality within that case. So so after that, now we will set the text to the text view. When I will run that application within my Android real device, it will first display the text which we have marked within our text view in the XML. It will display Android coding, but when I will click that button, it will display some kind of other some kind of different kind of text within that text view. So let's perform that user text dot set text. So this is the method of of the text view class. So you can read it, a lot more methods of the text view class from the Android official website. So you after that you might get understand a lot of information about that text view. So I'll just place some kind of text. Hi, Android professional, sorry. Okay, so this is our set text method. Okay, so the second thing is I need to get the text from the text view, because mostly or in a lot of cases a user need to display what they have or what they perform within their or within your Android application while used by the user. So I will get the text from the text view. So for that purpose, user text dot get text. Okay, so this is the simple method. You just use that variable, or you can say use that object to get the text from the text view. Now I need to display within that toast, as in the previous tutorial I told you about that, what toast is. So get application context comma user text dot get text comma toast dot length short dot show. Okay, so I just skipped that. Sorry. So as in this video tutorial, what we'll look at what we have covered within this video tutorial. First, we use the button and the text view. The text views are focused a topic in this video tutorial. So we initialize the components, perform click event on that button, and then after that we use the method of a text view to set the text to the text view, and then we use the method to get the text from the text view and display within the toast. So I hope you like it. So now we will deploy that application within our real Android device. I recommend you guys to use your real Android device, because it's might be time saving for you guys. All right, now we will install our text view Android application example within our real-time Android device. So as you can see, I'm sharing my real Android device using Visor plugin within Google Chrome. So it will deploy Android application within my real-time Android device. It will take a little bit time, but not enough time as compared to Android emulator within your PC. So it will display okay, it's updating now installing APK. So voila, as you can see, it's by displaying or the text view tutorial Android sample Android application. So when I will, as you can see, it's a text view, Android codec. By default, I have marked some kind of Android codec text. So when I will click that set the text button, that text view will changes to and high Android professionals. And after that, that tools get the text from that text view, because it will contain that high Android professionals. So it displayed within that host, as you can yeah, so oh, please close watch. When I will click that set button, it changes to high Android professional, and I also display the text within the toast using the get text method. So that's it for text view example tutorial. I hope you like it. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Good luck.